Hey everybody and welcome to the Bullsheep party. Still no friends. And in this one, just like we do every Thursday, we're gonna be reviewing the new podium vehicle, the Winky. As always, we're gonna be going over its exterior, its interior, the way it handles, customizes, performs, and all that good stuff in Los Santos Customs. And with that, let's start with the 360 around the vehicle while I give you some technical specification about it. That's right, the Bullsheep party is a scientific channel now. And if we reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of this month, I'll create an OnlyFans account. What? Okay, I guess we're not gonna do any technical specification as of right now, but let's see what's under the hood. And I don't think I'm gonna be the first one to say I'm not impressed by the size. Also, I can see the pavement through the engine bay. But yeah, the interactivity of this vehicle isn't great. You can only open the hood. And if you think the Winky looks familiar to you, that's because it's based on the Ford GPW, also known as every off-road vehicle in every military movie ever made. So I'd say the exterior looks pretty faithful to it, but what does the interior look like, or the interior in quotes? Okay, seems we're missing both doors, we're missing a back, and all in all it's very military here. And the noise the car makes I can only describe as deliberate. And with that, we're off to do our scientific test to see what type of drivetrain the Winky has. Winky. And it should come to no surprise that the Winky has a front-wheel drive? No, that can't be right. Since it's an off-road vehicle, it's most likely a four-wheel drive, but let's test that out further. Okay, foot on the brake, and yep, it's definitely a four-wheel drive vehicle. And with that, we're off to Los Santos Customs where dreams go to die. Or at least mine do. Was that? That's just me? Alrighty then. And as we're making our way to Los Santos Customs, I'm gonna be sharing with you my initial thoughts about the vehicle. But before I do that, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, cause otherwise you might need to call the ambulance. For me, that is. Cause I'm gonna be crying like a baby, cause you're not subscribed. You get my point. And also the OnlyFans thing. What? But anyway, back to the topic at hand. And I gotta say, the Winky feels very wonky. I'm sorry, I'm ashamed of that one. But in all honesty, it feels exactly how you'd expect it to. And keep in mind that even though I did my best to drive it off-road, get it? Off the road? Never mind. I'm still driving it in the city. And in the city, the Winky doesn't feel very good. It doesn't feel fast, it doesn't feel very well in terms of handling, as you can see here. Braking's horrible and acceleration is basically absent. And keep in mind that I'm talking about the stock version of the Winky. And even with all of its shortcomings, I gotta say I'm completely in love with this vehicle. There's just something special about it that I can't really articulate. And yes, I've driven the Winky before in the Cayo Perico heist, but this is a bit different. As I've said before, here I'm driving it under my conditions without any restrictions. And with that glorious driving done, it's time to go into Los Santos Customs and see how we can customize the Winky. And here we are finally at Los Santos Customs. And because I remembered this time, first things first, I'm gonna be showing you the sell price of the vehicle, which is about $11,000. And second things first, we're gonna upgrade all the performance options up front. Well, after giving you the sell price of the vehicle. This way I won't forget anything at the end, and also it allows me to skim over all the customization options and see what I'm in for. And judging by what I'm seeing, we have a lot of customization ahead of us. And if you're not familiar, I just wanted to remind you guys that this vehicle was released in 2020, late 2020. With the newest update, the Cayo Perico heist. And you can in fact drive it on the Cayo Perico heist island thing. But I never really knew how much Rockstar put into it in terms of customization. And I gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised by this one. And as you guys know, I'm sucker for lights. And what's that? And apparently you can put a pole on this one. That's weird. And as you guys know, you can't keep me away from the pole, so we're gonna be putting that on. I know, shut up. But in all seriousness, even though the customization is kinda weird in some aspects, I gotta say that I'm really enjoying myself. And I really like my pole. And in case you're curious, no, none of the cosmetic customization options do anything for the stats of the vehicle. They're only cosmetic and that's it. And even though I spent the last about 4 minutes telling you how great this vehicle is, I'm sure there are people watching the video right now saying to themselves, it's ugly, it's dumb, it's boring, but that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to have covers on the headlights. It's supposed to be looking like this. And granted, it can't swim underwater like some vehicles released in the same DLC, but so far I take this as opposed to that one in a heartbeat. And oh look, we can even customize the hood. And even though most of the options are really ugly, I kinda like this one. And it was inevitable, let's go over the liveries. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't understand the point of making basically the exact same livery over and over again and charging different amounts for it. You guys know by now my opinion of liveries. I think they're stupid unless they're for example, the armored Paragon R, where liveries actually hide the fact that it's armored. Other than that, liveries, you can go f yourself. But Bullsheep, you were supposed to say liveries, you know, plural? What was that one comment that one person left? Ah yeah, that one. And garbage review aside, I'm really excited to see if the roof lights actually work when we exit Los Santos Customs. We can adjust the height, right? Hey Bullsheep! Yes, viewer? Remember a couple of minutes ago when you said you're gonna open an OnlyFans account if you reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of the month? No, I don't recall that, viewer, no. And even though I don't recall, maybe it doesn't hurt to subscribe. So why don't you go ahead and subscribe to the channel? Button's right there, just click it. And the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to respray the vehicle. And just like I do every week, may the 4th be with you. I post a poll asking you guys what color do you want me to make the vehicle. May the 4th be with you. And this week the poll consisted of several colors, and the last option was dealer's choice. May the 4th be with you. And as you can probably tell, subliminal messaging definitely doesn't work. But since you guys want me to pick the color this week, let's go with something thematic for the vehicle. And in my opinion, it looks great in yellow. May the 4th be with you. Oh, okay, we already established that doesn't work. But anyway, thank you to everybody that voted on the poll. Hopefully you like how it turned out. And if you want to participate in the poll, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because that way you'll see them as soon as I post them. And if we reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of the month, I'll start an OnlyFans account. What? I didn't say that. Let's just start over. Hey everybody, welcome to the Bullsheep party. And look at the poll on my vehicle. Was that the poll I was talking about? Oh well, and with that we chose a color for the rims, and it's basically time to exit Los Santos Customs to see how this beauty looks in the sunlight and drive it around fully upgraded. I wonder if my car's gonna go up in flames as soon as the sun makes contact with the paint. I'm melting, I'm sorry. But on a happier note, look at the paint job, look at the rims. It's glorious, isn't it? And even better, all the lights are functional. And here I was planning on showcasing the sound the vehicle now makes and comparing it to what it used to sound like, but it really sounds the exact same. But more importantly, we're done with the customization, now let's talk about how the vehicle performs. And don't mind the pole in the front. But I can definitely say there is a marginal improvement on both acceleration and top speed. Handling and braking, however, are pretty much the same, and they were pretty awful to begin with. Actually, all 4 stats were pretty awful to begin with. And as you guys know, I don't spend my time looking at charts and graphs and seeing which vehicle is fastest, but I can definitely say that this is probably near, if not at the end of its class. I'm flooring it right now, by the way. And this is just the performance you can expect from this. That aside, I really like the Winky for some reason. It's just one of those vehicles that makes sense once you drive them. It's very fun to own, and more importantly, it's very fun to customize and make it your own. And even though you're not gonna break the sound barrier or win any races for that matter, the Winky is incredibly fun in my opinion. And if you're one of those snobs that don't like driving slow cars just because they're slower than other players, you can always park this in your garage and admire it for what it is. And what it is a faithful recreation of an old classic, with that fun rockstar twist. And this might surprise a lot of you, but I really enjoyed myself when making this video. And just to sum up, this isn't a good off-roading machine, it's not good on the roads, it's very limited to the way you can use it, and it can only sit 3 people, 1 driver and 2 passengers. And let's be honest guys, with the light bar on top, the pole in the front, and being yellow, this vehicle is pretty much unbeatable. So to wrap up, we learned several things this video. First, subliminal marketing doesn't work, or at least mine doesn't. And secondly, and probably more importantly, the vehicle is totally worth it regardless of the reason you want to use it for. And if you're watching the video and the week it was released, then go get it because it's free for this week. And as the old saying goes, free is free. And with that glorious entertainment out of the way, it's time to end this one. Thank you so much to everybody that watched, hopefully you liked what you saw, and if that's the case, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and as I said before, you like the content. Check out the Patreon if you want an extra video a week. And with all that said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh, and thirdly, apparently I like a pole on my car.